Hello happy souls, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. So guys, I've got another pick a card for you today. I know you love these readings, and we're asking today, why is your person not communicating? Why no contact? What's going down? Why you not speak to me? So we're gonna timestamps are in the description box below. Someone asked me to show you the cards so you can choose, so I'm going to pull them out for you. We've got Starchild with some Iona marble. We've got the Lumina tarot with a twin quartz. We have the Muse tarot with selenite, and we have the Ophidia rose tarot with a Lemurian quartz. So take your time choosing a pile. You can also look at the thumbnail, and just in case any of you are curious, you can find out how to book a reading through me. Because I love to do these. I do all my readings face to face as well, and a lot of people ask me if I can upload a video, but part of the joy of this work for me is connecting with people, and that's why I do my readings live, face-to-face on Skype or Zoom. So come and meet me. I love to meet you guys. I love to hear your stories. I'm so fascinated by the individual complexities of people's cases. And something shifted, by the way. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but I woke up this morning, I feel very different. I'm in a very different place. I'm feeling good. And we're only 4 days out from the 1111 portal, which is really intense. So exciting times. Now, let's have a look. Pile 1. We've got the Starchild tarot with some Iona marble. And we're looking at, why is your person not communicating? Why are they not communicating with you? What's their problem? What's your problem? Why you not speak to me? We want to know. Okay, let's have a look. Why is your person... Oof, they all dropped out, so I'm going to keep them. We've got the King of Cups. So much Scorpio energy at the moment. I know we're in Scorpio, but man, every reading, Mr. Scorpio is there. Okay, so we've got the King of Cups, King of Swords in reverse, Seven of Swords, and the Sun. I'm going to take some more. We've got the Five of Crystals, which is Pentacles. We've got Serenity, which is the Hermit. We've got Transformation, which is Death. This is also Scorpio energy. Man, can't make this stuff up. And we've got the High Priestess in reverse. Oh, I'm going to get some oracle cards as well. Why is your person not communicating with you? What's happening? What's happening? Why is this person not communicating? We've got beauty. We've got realization. Can I get one more of these? We've got self-reflection. And I'm going to get some clarifiers from the illest tarot also. Actually, we'll do that as we go. Let's just start off with these. So why is he not communicating? I mean, you know, Scorpionic energy is very, very intense. This is very transformative energies we're in at the moment. And for both of these cards to come up, indicating this Scorpio energy, I would assume that your person is definitely undergoing a major transformation. Major transformation. And King of Cups energy also is very... very contained, it's very restrained, it's very controlled. You know, they don't like to give much away, but as you can see, you know, this gentleman is waist deep in water, and water represents emotion. He's very psychic, he's connected to his intuition, and you know, he is balancing those 2 cups. 2 of Cups is a reference to the Union card, romance, love, connection. So he feels very, very deeply for you. But he's very afraid of rejection, is what I'm hearing. He's afraid to come forward. He's afraid to let his feelings go because he is so, so afraid of rejection. And I'm getting very strongly that this connects to his past and his previous experiences with deception. It's coming up very strong for me. He finds it very hard to trust, and that's also a Scorpio trait. They're very, very suspicious, and it can border on paranoia. You know, they really are very suspicious. They're constantly on guard against being thwarted. It's a very defensive energy. Pardon me. The King of Swords in reverse. I feel like this demonstrates a tremendous amount of confusion and him being unable to get his head clear. But what's really powerful about this is it's clarified by the Hermit, and we've also got self-reflection and realization over here. And I feel very strongly that he's going within, he's trying to figure out what is actually going on, because I feel here that there's a battle between heart and mind. But he is doing that in a work. Of course, the Hermit is very independent energy. It requires solitude. And so this is likely why he's not very communicative. The Seven of Swords coming up. Hold on, do you know what? I'm just paranoid I've not hit record. I know I do this all the time, but I'm such a sieve head. No, I have hit it. So the Seven of Swords coming up. I mean, 7 is a divine number, but this is a very strategic energy. And I feel like he is strategically transforming. You know, he's doing a lot of thinking. He knows he needs to change. And he knows also that he needs to be authentic. If your person is Scorpio, that's very hard for them. It's very hard for them to communicate from an authentic place, because they don't trust everyone, and they feel very vulnerable about speaking their truth. So, you know, with the Death card showing up here, it is called transformation in this deck. It's also a number 4 energy. So, you know, this is Emperor energy. This is masculine energy. I'm also getting that this is the degradation of the ego, the dissolution of the ego. So he's really going through some very challenging, very intense energies. And I say he, this could, of course, your person could be a she. So please don't hang me on the pronouns, because when I'm channeling, I forget. Some kind of truth has been illuminated, and this frightens them. With the High Priestess in reverse here, they don't trust their intuition. But there has been some kind of realization. Look, you know, in this card, and this is number 3, this is Empress energy. You know, this dark night has presented this keyhole to the light, and there's this little person down here looking through the keyhole. So this person could have been in a very deep, dark night of the soul, and some truth, some realization has come to light. It's a happy realization is what I'm hearing. It's beautiful, in fact, but they're very nervous, and they're not trusting their own instincts. They're not trusting this truth that's been brought forward, this new understanding. And I feel this, you know, this is why they're in this Hermit energy, this transformational stage. There's a tremendous amount of self-reflection going on here. And this really is a powerful twin flame card, because you see these twin flames reflected at one another in the mirror, and they are neck deep in water, you know, much like our King of Cups is waist deep. These guys are neck deep, you know, they're up to their neck in it, which is, I don't know if you guys say that in America, but it's a very British saying, and it means overwhelmed. So I do think this person is overwhelmed. This beauty card is really quite a beautiful energy, and I feel this is part of this truth and this realization. Pardon me. Honestly, I've been feeling so much better, and the minute I bloody get online and start making videos, I start coughing again. I do apologise. So this beauty card, this is beautiful transformation also, but it's also, I'm hearing, very intimidating for them, because as this awareness, as this new truth kind of continues to grow and bloom within them, I feel like their self-worth issues are being triggered, and they're asking themselves, you know, how can this person be interested in me? It's really triggered their sense of worthiness, and they're thinking, you know, it's never going to work. Someone like this, someone that's so beautiful inside and out, is going to reject me. They're going to end up rejecting me. When they get to know who I really am, they're going to let me go, and it's not going to work. So there's a lot of very defeatist energy about this connection. And, you know, the reasons for not communicating is that they are doing a lot of inner searching, a lot of soul searching. I'm feeling as well that you know, they're understanding that they need to be authentic with you. They need to be truthful, and that scares the living daylights out of them. They don't feel ready to be truthful. I feel like they're still hiding themselves from their true self. They're not even sure who they are, which is why they're in this Hermit energy and so very confused about how to communicate with you. So this person needs you to lovingly allow them the space to figure this out. They understand who you are and what you have to offer, and I feel like they do feel very deeply for you, but they're not trusting their own intuition. I feel like, you know, their higher self is screaming, do this is a beautiful connection, and their ego self is going, this is never going to work out, you're not good enough. So it's a lot of this, you know, a lot of the reason they're not communicating is self-preservation and self-protection, and just generally, you know, fear-based intrusive thoughts. So let's get some more clarity on, you know, They're not. What would they like to say to you? What would they like to say to you? What would they like to say to you if they weren't so afraid? I've got the Hierophant. Oh, that was in reverse. I've got the Sun in reverse. I've got the 9 of Cups. I've got the 7 of Cups in reverse. I'm going to get one more. And we've got You Know the Drill. Do you know, I'm getting this energy from this person. They honestly think that you should read their mind. I think they think you know, to a degree, how they feel about you. I think they've got this idea that you're fairly confident. You know the score. You know how they feel about you. But what they really want to say to you is that they're transforming. They're learning. And they've not integrated this Sun truth yet. Now, we've got the Sun come up again. And, you know, we've got this 9... mirroring the Hermit energy, and 9 is about wish fulfillment, that they really see you as their wish fulfillment, but they need to bring themselves into emotional balance before they can move forward, before they can invest in this connection. So, you know, what they're really saying here is, this is a transformative period for me. The 5 and the Hierophant is about high learning and change. And they're just not ready. They're not ready to integrate this truth, let alone share it with you. But they do see you as their wish come true. But they need to bring themselves back into balance. They can't invest yet. And for some reason, they really think that you should know this already, is what I'm feeling here. So what are their intentions moving forward? Are you going to hear from them? Let's see what you can expect in the next week or so. Because they're moving into the 11-11 portal. It's very exciting energies. What can you expect from this person moving forward? We've got the 3 of Wands in reverse. We've got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Star. So honestly, I mean, this is a tremendous amount of blocked energy, and we've got 3 9s out on the table here. You know, this person's feeling very insular at the moment. They're certainly not in a confident enough place to come forward and communicate with you. The 3 of Wands here can indicate for some of you that there may be a third party situation blocking it. But in most cases, I feel like it's not being able to fulfill that desire you have for communication. And this has also jumped out at me. I mean, 11-11 is normally 4 wands. But in this deck, there's 3. It's almost like there's a piece of the puzzle missing that they have not yet integrated. This wheel hasn't turned. And they're not feeling very optimistic about how you're going to respond either. Let's see why that is. What do they think you're feeling? So I feel like they feel like you want an apology. And we've got the Page of Cups, the Devil, and the Magician. And they feel like you want an apology. You want them to kind of extend some kind of gift of at least their time or affection, is what I'm hearing. But this person really does think you should kind of have figured things out. I feel like from the way the circumstances have panned out between you, they feel like it should be fairly obvious where they're at with this. For some of you, this may have been because there's some kind of conflict between you that has triggered them. And they're kind of in this attitude of, you know what you said. You know how that's going to make me feel. And it could be that you really don't know what you've said, or you don't know what you've done to trigger them. But if you communicate with them in messages and you know, maybe go back and read through and look to see if there's anything that they could have picked up. And if you are dealing with a Scorpio, I have to remind you, they are very, very sensitive. Okay, they're very easily slighted people, and they don't bear a grudge well. This could also be an air sign. We've also got Leo energy here, Pisces energy. Of course, we've got Virgo energy. So, you know, it could be any of those. But they do kind of feel like it's sort of obvious. It should be obvious to you why they're not communicating. They do see you as a bit codependent, you know, with this devil energy. They're feeling like you're a bit obsessed and that you're not in your power. So you need to take heed of that, because, you know, if this is a Scorpio, they're all about control, and they're going to, I mean, they are in distorted energy right now. They're not feeling good. So if they're feeling threatened, vulnerable and defensive, you know, they're going to wield that power. They're going to take advantage of your vulnerability and play on it, which is, I feel, what could be happening here. You know, they're not revealing their true self, but I do think they see you as pretty obsessed with them and powerless to let them go. And we've got the Moon here in reverse. Okay, and we've also got the Five of Pentacles come out again. So I feel like they see you, they feel like you don't see the truth of who they are, that this obsession, this infatuation, this joy that you have, this love that you have for them is misguided, and that, you know, you don't see that you don't actually know them, and you're going to end up rejecting them. So, you know, I feel like they think that your passion, this love and passion and romance you have for them is misguided. It's not real. They don't trust it, because they feel like they've had a mask on, and you couldn't possibly see them for who they really are, and you're going to reject them anyway. So that's pretty interesting. Let's get some guidance cards for you. How do you need to move forward? How do you need to move forward for the highest good? The highest good of yourself and the connection. How do you need to move forward? Pile 1. We've got attraction. We've got pleasure. We've got extremes. That's a very hot and sexy card. And we've got action. I'm going to pull clarifiers for these also. So, I mean, attraction, this is a number 8 number, and this is, you know, this is an infinite cycle. We've got attraction and pleasure. And this is a number 9 card. This is about, you know, self-indulgence, about creating this pleasurable light and love and transformation for yourself, to focus on yourself and to focus on manifestation. You know, to be aware, I actually posted about this on my YouTube community page, but to be aware that your thoughts create your reality. What are you thinking that's attracting something that doesn't serve you? You know, they think you're really obsessed. So whatever it is you've communicated to them, they're not seeing it as a balanced energy. And you need to be really careful of what you're manifesting, because if your energy is out of balance, we've got this Magician in reverse here, and we've got hunger. This is number 11 card. Again, I feel like because your energy is somewhat distorted, they're seeing you as quite desperate and hungry for something they're not ready to deliver. So you really need to bring yourself back into balance. You need to focus on yourself, indulging yourself, generating self-love. And we've got the masculine here, which is a number 6. And I'm feeling this is a powerful reminder that you are always connected to this person in the 5D, that they're always with you, that you don't need them to be whole, to be happy, to enjoy life. This is where this unhealthy codependency that they're picking up on, they feel like, you know, without them you're miserable. And they don't want someone with that kind of need or unhealthy attachment, is what's coming through very strongly. Extremes, the hot moon. So for me, this is all about balancing your sacral energy and getting really comfortable in your sexual power, and to nourish your body, to nourish yourself with self-love, we've got attraction and extremes. As I said, this is a very hot, sexy moon. This is very passionate, fiery energy. It's also a number 7. It's a divine card. You know, it's reminding you that you are a divine being of light, and you need to nourish yourself. You need to love yourself, and you need to take action, and loving action. I feel like you're resisting your own growth. You know, it's almost like the divine is presenting this growth to you, and you see that it's all sprouting from this person's hand, but their fist is clasped tight, like they just don't want to let it go. And I feel like you're kind of slowing yourself down with your refusal to take responsibility for your own feelings. You're hoping this person is going to come in and make you feel better, but that's not their job. You know, you've got to learn to make yourself feel better. So there's definitely a lot of energies out of balance. This person's identifying it. So again, you're not sovereign, which means you're not in full possession of your soul. You're compromised somehow. You're compromising yourself. You're compromising your own energy. You're not giving in an equal, balanced way. You're unhealthily attached to this person. So I apologise for my hard truths, but, you know, I've got to read it like I see it. And you need to focus on beautiful transformation from an emotional perspective, and to release any unhealthy, limiting beliefs about yourself that are actually holding you back. This release is what's going to create beautiful transformation for you. And again, this is a number 9 card. It really reminds me of the Hermit. You need to accept what is, particularly with this person, because you don't need them to be happy. And I feel like so long as you're focused on them being your joy, you're depriving yourself of the true joy that already exists within you. You may have a very passionate, electric, and beautiful connection with this person. But you first need to have a beautiful connection with yourself, is what I'm hearing. So I don't think you're going to hear from this person in the next week or so. They're busy hermiting, they're busy reflecting on their own anguish and their own vulnerabilities. And believe me, they feel a lot more vulnerable than you. And deep down, they really do want you. But they're, you know, this kind of energy, when one person is needy, it's like two magnets. And when the magnets are the right way round, they are drawn to one another in a balanced way. But when one magnet is flipped, yeah, it's out of sync. When you try and bring them together, there's that repellent energy. They don't quite stick together, do they, when the magnets are flipped? So I feel like you're both in distorted energy, and you know this creates a repellent energy between you. It's not. It doesn't create a beautiful flow that's going to allow you to come together in a balanced way. So a lot of this lack of communication, it's not just this inner work that your counterpart is doing. A lot of it is to do with how you're feeling about yourself and what you're projecting outwards at your person. So I really hope that helps, part one. Please do comment down below and let me know what you thought. Hit the like button if you liked it. And do subscribe if you want to catch up with more from me. If you want a private reading from me, you can do that at my website, which is happysouls1111.com. Hopefully see you there. Oh, and do join me on Instagram, because I've got a big giveaway. I'm giving away 2 places on my tarot class. You can join that over there on Instagram at happysouls1111. Okay, part 2. See what we're saying. Why isn't your person communicating? What do they want to say to you that they couldn't say to your face? What do they want to say to you that they're afraid to say? But more importantly, why aren't they speaking? Why is there not contact? Okay, this is the Lumina Tarot. You chose the deck with the twin quartz. I've got lots of twin quartz. Okay, why isn't this person communicating? Got the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. We've got Judgment, we've got the Moon, and we've got the King of Cups reversed. Goodness me, that King of Cups. I was saying this in part 1. The Scorpio energy is stalking us. We've got the Chariot in reverse also. We've got the Lovers clarifying the 3 of Pence. Pardon me. We have got the Page of Swords clarifying Judgment. We've got the 5 of Swords clarifying the Moon. We've got the Ace of Swords clarifying the King of Cups reversed, and we have the 10 of Cups clarifying the Chariot. So this is really quite beautiful. I'm just going to pull 3 oracle cards as well, just to give us a bit more information. We've got extremes. We've got balance. So, and we've got peace. So why isn't this person communicating with you? I really feel like if you've chosen this part, your person may be in a third party situation. If that's not true for you, this can be a work situation, that there's a very stressful dynamic with a project or some aspect of teamwork, or issues with their colleagues that are distracting them from this connection. And that they're very, very focused on that. But my gut feeling is for most of you, this is a third party karmic situation. This person cares about you very deeply. This extremes card, there's a lot of passion. There's a tremendous amount of sexy passion and desire here. They're definitely coming out of a dark night of the soul. This is some kind of depressive period that precedes spiritual awakening. But I feel like they're feeling a little bit crazy about that. They don't... All right, Claude. Sorry, that's my cat. They don't know how to communicate this. They don't know what the truth is. They're feeling very, very confused. So these can be kind of tumultuous times. Spiritual awakening, especially if you've got no context or understanding, can be quite scary. And this awakening is really reinforced for me by the Moon, because the Moon is a very spiritual... intuitive and very psychic energy. This is Pisces energy, and we've also got the 5 of Swords here clarifying the Moon, which is being very, very conflicted. And you can see in this card, I mean, traditionally this card can represent conflict or defeat, but here we see this moth, which represents transformation, and it's literally being hung. And it might be able to release itself, but it's still going to land on those 5 swords. And of course, 5 represents change. So I do feel like this very spiritual shift and change has been very troubling and terrifying for this person. They feel like they can't win either way. You know, that they're kind of in this transformative stage, perhaps going through this spiritual awakening, this psychic awareness coming into play. And they just, you know, they're kind of suspended, not knowing what to do, and feeling like if they let go and allow it, that they're gonna feel pain somehow. There's some kind of resistance to this cycle shifting. But as I said, you know, this is a very twinny lovers card as well. So you two might be twin flames. You can't actually tell that from tarot cards, but you know there are 2 mirror images here that kind of indicate that for me. If you're not sure, I do twin flame connection checks on my website, but I'm doing them free actually on a live stream on the 11th of November, 11/11. Put it in the diary. But I feel like they're very conflicted, very confused. With the King of Cups in reverse energy as well, they feel very emotionally unstable. You know, and this is because they've recognized some truth. And I feel like this truth has come through this spiritual unfolding that they've been experiencing. And this divine energy, the Chariot, is trying to push them forward. And they want this 10 of Cups energy. Again, you know, this is a very twinny card. You've got 2 butterflies. This represents beautiful transformation and truth because they're blue. But the 10 of Cups is about that completion, that beautiful union. But that some truth has been revealed to them. And this has been, you know, brought into their own awareness by spirit through their psychic connection, even a telepathic connection with you. This is very feminine, receptive energy. You know, they know that you're a soulmate. They know that you're the one, but they're really struggling emotionally with this truth. It's like, I feel like they feel crazy and completely out of control emotionally. And, you know, we've got this extremes here, which I was saying, there's a lot of passion. There's a lot of passionate energy here. And we've also got this number 10 card, peace. You know, I feel like they just need some space right now to bring themselves back into balance. And these are also number 10 cards. So I feel like this person's been triggered very hard by some kind of spiritual experience. And they're really struggling with it. They just need that time to find their own light and to bring themselves back into balance. So let's see what are their intentions moving forward. Pardon me. Oh. What is this person's intentions towards you? What are their intentions? We've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. We've got the 6 of Swords. We've got the Lovers in reverse. And we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. So honestly, I don't feel like this person is going to come forward and communicate anytime soon. It's like they want this beautiful new start with you, but this union energy is blocked. That they've not made it through this transition they're going through, which is a transition of the mind. This is about coming to terms with this truth that they've acknowledged. And with the Lovers in reverse and the 8 of Wands in reverse, you know, there's not going to be any rapid change in here. Certainly not within the next week. I don't think this person's going to communicate, but they're definitely thinking about it, and they're thinking about you. And honestly, I feel like they know that you are either soulmates or some kind of divine counterpart. They've had that download. Yeah, they're just struggling to integrate that truth. So what do they want to say to you that they're too afraid to say? This is very similar to pile 1. We've got the Magician. We've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We've got the 3 of Wands in reverse. You really must watch pile 1. This is really very similar. And we've got the 3 of Swords in reverse and the High Priestess. So again, I really think this person has a karmic situation. We've got 3 threes out on the table. And, you know, they want to tell you that they're kind of gathering themselves and trying to figure out how to manifest some kind of union with you. But that karmic wheel hasn't turned. They're not feeling very abundant already for this brand new beginning. And with these 2 threes in reverse, this is saying, you know, they can't face the pain and turmoil of bringing that connection to a close. But this High Priestess energy, for me, is they do want to come forward and talk to you about all this spiritual stuff. So there could have been a very powerful astral connection between you. They could be dreaming about you. They could be experiencing or you know, kind of spiritual downloads, knowing, visions. This is a very powerful card, and for something they want to come through and say to you, I'm feeling, you know, that they want to describe the spiritual connection they feel to you and the spiritual experiences that they're having, but they also wish they could tell you about their karmic situation and how they don't feel ready to move on from that. You know, the karmic wheel hasn't turned for them. And that magician energy, you know, I feel like this is saying I need to feel more empowered, balanced and at peace before I can move forward with this. So let's get some cards in terms of how you need to move forward for your own highest good and for the highest good of the connection. Let's have a look. This is very similar to part 1. Wow. So crazy how that happens. Oh my goodness, literally the same cards coming out. So you need to trust that you're beautiful and that they see this too. You know, this period of change and separation and lack of communication you're having is actually allowing for a beautiful new rebirth for you. And wow, this is so crazy how the cards are so similar. And part of this shift and this rebirth, this transformative period for you is big. I mean, self-love comes up twice. It's all well and good loving your masculine, but you need to give this love to yourself. And he needs that time also. And I say he and she, you can switch the pronouns if that works for you. The energies can be switched. But, you know, there's a need here to trust in your own beauty and your own worth, and to develop the love you have for your counterpart, for yourself, because there's a resistance here. There's a resistance here to the focus on your own growth and transformation. And on this card, this woman is literally up to her eyeballs in water. She's got a beautiful butterfly on her forehead, which shows a lot of spiritual transformation. And here also you've got this girl curled up in the fetal position, also in this bubble of light. So you really are transforming. It's like something wonderful is incubating within you, but you're somehow resisting this flow of energy and growth. You're kind of slowing down on your own journey by being very focused on your counterpart. So I really feel like you need to shift the focus back to yourself. You need to really step into self-love. And also be grateful for how far you've come. You know, lovingly accept and allow these changes. We've just as I said that, we've got acceptance come out. This also came out for part 1. So guys, if this is resonating, you really need to go and watch that one. And this one did as well. So, you know, this is about gratitude, surrender and acceptance, and giving yourself credit for where you are actually at in your own personal journey, because you've made tremendous progress. But there is a need to take action now, to take action towards self-love. This is also another number 6 card, and you really need to develop and release. This also came out for part 1. You really need to develop and release develop your understanding and release any of this negative, very limiting belief system that's blocking your transformation. This also came out for part 1. You know, this is self-reflection. And look, this is a very twinny card. You've got these two people here, they're staring into the mirror at themselves, and again, they're neck deep in water, just like this woman. So, you know, I understand this is a very emotionally overwhelming time for you, but this is something you have to figure out by yourself. And this longing you feel for the communication from your counterpart is not healthy. It's, you know, they need to focus on themselves. This also came out for part 1. So again, you need to be careful of what you're attracting, because your thoughts create your reality. And if your thoughts are in a dark or negative space, you're not going to attract that which you desire. If you're focused on lack and you're sat there saying it's never going to work, he's never going to come forward, he's never going to love me, nothing works out for me, then, you know, you're creating your future with those words, and you need to be mindful of it. And we've also got here, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. For it's only in being true to yourself that you can really be true to others. We've got embrace, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joy, sexual union and forgiveness. So stop focusing your energy on past events. It says here, life is too precious for what to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream and imagine. So again, this is about bringing your thoughts back into balance and aligning them with your desires and staying focused and faithful on those desires. It also says, honour the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. And I feel like this is part of what's led this person to this awakening, is that you might have very sexy astral connection. But you can allow joy into your life, it says here, regardless of the circumstances you find you're in. And you need to, you know, embrace the missing pieces within you as well. You need to concentrate on you, is what I'm hearing. So I really hope that helps, pile 2. Please do hit the like button. Let me know in the comments below which pile you picked and if this helped for you. And do come and follow me over on Instagram. It's Happy Souls 1111. I've got a big giveaway going on over there that you're very welcome to enter. The more of you, the merrier. You can also join my Facebook group if you need support on the twin flame journey. There's so many happy souls over there just waiting to hold your hand through all of this. It's such a lovely, warm community. I'm so honoured to be a part of that and to work with you guys in this way. So thank you for tuning in. Okay, let's put that one back. Pile 3. Why isn't your person communicating? What do they want to say to you that they're afraid to say? What is happening? Let's have a look. What are their intentions regards communication? This is the Muse Tarot that you've picked with Selenite. Oh. Okay. Beautiful. Why isn't your person communicating? Why are you not speaking to me? Part 3. Queen of Swords. The High Priestess. 9 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords in reverse. Let's get some clarifiers. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Devil in reverse. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. Temperance in reverse. And the Sun in reverse. I'll get a couple of oracle cards out for them, and then I'm going to choose some of these for you. I'm going to give them a really good shuffle, because pile 1 and pile 2 had all the same cards out, and sometimes that's just a beautiful sync. And I did actually shuffle them before, but just so we know, you know, that that's been done properly. Okay. I do love this deck. This was a gift from Kayla at Wicked Virgo. If you haven't checked out her channel, please do so. She's amazing. You can find her listed on the featured channels on my YouTube page. Okay. Faith. Gratitude. Just going to move these over so we've got more room. Faith, gratitude, and beginnings. So, I feel like this person's afraid to come forward towards you. They've pissed you off, or there's been some kind of conflict. It could be them that's holding a grudge, or you that's holding a grudge, but they're definitely anticipating some kind of cold, harsh words. They're feeling intimidated. And, you know, I feel like they're trying to move past this, but they can't. They're kind of stuck in this kind of negative cycle of, oh my God, this is going to be really confrontational. It's going to be difficult. I might get rejected. This person's just upset with me, or I'm upset with them. You know, there's some kind of grudge on either side of the fence. And I feel too as well that they're not trusting themselves. They're not trusting themselves. They're not trusting their perspective on this. They're not trusting that they understand really what's happening. And also, I feel like for some of you, they believe you intuitively know that they have perhaps been deceitful or not entirely honest with this Devil in reverse here. And I feel like they also feel that you've let them go, and that you don't actually care anymore, that you're not interested in them. So I don't feel like this person's actually seeing much of an opportunity to rekindle or communicate with you. They're definitely focused on bringing themselves back into balance from a work perspective, and to being, more open to the positive change and kind of work situations that could be rumbling around in the background for them. So they're not able to make any decisions or come forward at the moment, because I genuinely feel they're very busy focused on bringing themselves back into balance. There's also some significant pain here that they're experiencing, and this is really deep heart pain. this could be from a relationship that's already ended elsewhere. So, you know, that they could have still be grieving for this lost love, this kind of painful ending of, I'm picking up betrayal and deceit, but they've just been wounded very, very deeply, and they haven't really recovered from that yet. They've not processed that grief. They've not brought themselves back into balance. They are releasing a lot of those self-limiting beliefs, though. A lot of the kind of symptoms of that grief are beginning to subside, at least in their mind, if not their heart. And they're beginning to understand that this situation, this painful situation they've already experienced, isn't necessarily a block to new love. That they've kind of identified that truth, even if they've not fully released all of that anxiety yet. They're logically aware. They're becoming logically aware that they can't judge, everyone by the same horrible behaviour of this person they were involved with previously. So they do want a new beginning with you. And I do feel like, there's obviously quite a spiritual connection between you two, and this person does kind of have faith that they can create something new, that they can have this new beginning. It's like a door for that has opened and it's beckoning them forward. I'm getting too that they're very, very grateful for the support and friendship that you've offered them, and that really has helped them transform and see things from a higher perspective. So I feel really strongly that you do actually have quite a close relationship with this person, but it's possible that it's not actually been taken to the next level yet, because they're so trapped in this pain of missing this other person, grieving for this other person, this kind of work dynamic, trying to bring themselves back into balance. But there's a lot of insecurity about how intuitive you are as well. I feel like they're very closed off to the connection because they feel like you can literally read their mind, and that makes them feel very, very vulnerable. And again, they're definitely dreading some kind of confrontation. So let's see what they would say to you if they weren't too scared to. What is it they want to say but are too afraid to say? What do they want to say? They want you to know. So we've got the Emperor in reverse. Got the Queen of Wands in reverse. We've got the Five of Cups in reverse. We've got the Six of Swords in reverse. And we've got the Ace of Swords. So, this person is really just doesn't feel in control. And they don't feel motivated to take action or to come towards you. They're still releasing a lot of disappointment and a lot of heartache. They're just not ready to make that transition. And as I said, I think they've recognised this truth. They want to say to you, look, I know that there is a possibility for a brand new start here. And yes, what you say is true. Perhaps you won't hurt me like someone else has, but I kind of need to reach that conclusion in my heart space, because right now I feel out of control. I feel very vulnerable, and I'm struggling to kind of trust my own judgment, is what I'm hearing really strongly. So they really do feel very vulnerable and just not ready. They're not ready for a new relationship. And, this isn't a reflection of their feelings for you. This is a reflection of how they feel inside. And you've got to really try hard not to take this personally. Because I feel like they may have tried to communicate this to you a load of times. Like, I'm just not ready for this. I'm not ready for a relationship. And all you're hearing is, I'm rejecting you. I don't want you. And that's not the case. They really aren't ready. It's just not personal. They're not ready to take that leap. They're not ready to step through this doorway to a new beginning that has opened yet. That doesn't mean they don't care, but I feel like you've been putting a lot of pressure on them because you want them to reciprocate. You want them to give you, something tangible, and they're not coming forward with that. So this could be the kind of conflicts that you've engaged in where, you're saying, well, you're leaving me here hanging, and I feel like they've been quite honest with you that they're not trying to leave you hanging, but that they're really, really not ready for this yet. And again, it's not a reflection of you, it's just that their heart is hurting, and they don't feel ready to trust again. Okay, so their intentions. We've got the Ten of Cups reverse and the Chariot reverse. We've got the You Know the Drill. We've got the Sun. This is so mad. Had all these cards out. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So, they're not looking at coming forward anytime soon. And, they kind of think, you know this. You know that I'm in pain. I shouldn't have to keep saying this to you. I'm tired of repeating myself. And I feel really bad that you're taking this so personally. But I can't see my part past my hurt right now. to be able to move towards this beautiful, bright new beginning. I'm working on that though. I'm working on releasing these awful limiting beliefs that I know are holding me back from something potentially beautiful, from this beautiful new beginning. I am working at that. Please trust me and have faith in this growth that I'm trying to nurture within myself. So I don't think they're going to come forward anytime soon for you, pile 3. Right, let's get some oracle cards to get some guidance for you, the viewer. What do you need to know to move forward for your own highest good and the highest good of this connection? You need to step into your own power. Feel like you are being divinely guided towards your own intuition, but you're not being patient, and you need to develop patience. You need to also move towards your own healing and focus on yourself. And you're being asked to practice discernment, because I feel like you've been given the truth and your head is in the clouds, you're not accepting it. And I think this is very closely related to, you know, what your person is saying to you. I'm just not ready. This isn't about you. And you need to nourish your heart and accept this realization. Allow it to be integrated, this truth. It's not about you. You just don't need to take this so personally. You definitely need to learn to be more resilient. As I said, you've got resilience, realization, patience, and nourishment. You know, this is about learning to cope with your own emotional burden without projecting it onto someone else and demanding action from them to help you feel better, which is what's kind of in this situation. And I'm feeling like it's a real shame, because you two probably had a really good friendship, and this person feels like you can't have that anymore because you're not satisfied and you won't accept the friendship that's being presented. It's like you're constantly pushing them for more, and no matter how many times they try and explain to you, I'm just not ready, you're just taking that so personally and can't accept the answer. You know, they really do think you are beautiful, and you need to recognize that beauty within you, and they see you as much, you know, they see you as pure, and I think they see that you won't hurt them. And I know that that must be a frustrating truth for you to acknowledge, because if it's this fear of being hurt and this fear of loving again that's holding them back, you're probably asking, well, if they think I'm so pure and brilliant and bright and beautiful, you know, why won't they have this new beginning with me? But you just have to understand that their heart space is not allowing that at the moment. They're still assessing the situation, and you need to assess yours. You need to bring your own intuitive observations back into balance, because I'm getting that you are very, very psychic, but that you're warping your own perspective with this anxiety and anguish and fear of rejection and this pain. You're so resistant to your own growth, and you're not allowing, you know, the abundance that the universe is presenting to you for your own growth and expansion. You're not allowing it because you're so wrapped up in this pain and rejection. I want to get some romance oracle cards for you as well, the Lovers Oracle even. So we've got acceptance. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond your control. So, you know, you keep battling with this person to get what you want from them. You're not going to be able to change that by manipulating them, putting pressure on them. You know, I feel like this could have been, well, you know, I'm not going to talk to you then. We can't be friends if you can't give me what I want, because I can't handle this. And, you know, that's not emotional maturity or real love that you're demonstrating there. That's a lack of healthy boundaries. It's quite a manipulative energy. It's not healthy to say things like that and to dismiss someone because they're not meeting your needs in the way that you want them to. Now, of course, you have every right to make decisions for your own well-being, but I think, you know, if this person's being abusive or neglectful and they're being really dishonest, and then perhaps that's different. You need to step away from that and have a healthy boundary. But I'm feeling here that it's not so much that this person's abusing you or neglecting you. They're just refusing to move things towards a romantic connection. It also says here that emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can distort your perception and cloud your vision. So this is what I was saying about your warped perspective. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So, you know, you're obviously pretty angry with this person for not giving you what you want, but you need to just be a little bit more compassionate. And you need to reflect on that and give each other some space. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And this final message here says, though, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing, and this is a truth you need to integrate. You know, if this person is your counterpart, your soulmate, you're already connected to them. And, you know, putting all this pressure on them to give you something more than they're able to deliver right now, it's not fair to you, it's not fair to them, and it's blocking your own growth and your own expansion. So I really hope that helps pile 3. Sorry it's not better news, but do hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of that reading. I'm sending you lots of love, because I'm guessing that you're in a lot of pain, and this is a really challenging situation for you. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do that through happysouls1111.com. And hit me up on Instagram, because there's a big fat giveaway going on over there for free places on one of my classes. So hopefully I will see you over there. Okay. Pile 4. This is the Ophidia Rose Tarot. I don't read with reversals in this deck, so if they come up reversed, I'm going to turn them upright. Why is your person not communicating with you? What do they want to say to you that they're afraid to say? What's their intentions as far as communication or coming forward is concerned? What do you need to know? Why is this person not communicating with you? So remember, no reversals in this deck. We've got the 3 of Swords. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. We've got Strength. We've got the 9 of Cups. These cards are so nice to shuffle. We've got Death, more Scorpio energy. Remember, we're still in Scorpio season. We've got Temperance, clarifying the 3 of Swords. We've got the Sun, clarifying the 7 of Pentacles. We've got the 3 of Pentacles, clarifying Strength. We've got the Knight of Wands, clarifying the 9 of Cups. And we've got the World, clarifying Death. So these are powerful energies. Let's get some oracle cards as well. We've got Boundaries. We have got Abundance. And we have got Sovereignty. So I'm really feeling that this person, I mean, we've got 2 3s out here. You know, for some of you, this is a karmic situation that they're still wrapping up. And I feel for some of them, they may not actually be wrapping it up, per se. That they may actually be trying to work it out. I mean, the 3 of Swords clarified by Temperance. Whatever it is they're going through, whether this is a third-party situation that's active or that's dead, they're in a lot of pain. I'm going to keep that because that obviously wanted my attention. We've got the Emperor in reverse. That's distorted masculine energy. So, you know, this person is not in control of themselves, of their emotions, of their environment, of their circumstances. They're feeling very much out of balance. They are in a lot of pain. I feel like they feel very frustrated and like they've failed. They've failed at cultivating the joyful life they wanted, and this is a bitter blow. If there's no karmic here, I feel like this is pain that they're still moving through from an old relationship, but they're either channeling all of their time and energy into work and to developing their self-worth through their work, through their achievements and their 3D successes, or they're actually trying to work the relationship out. It could be that they've gone back to somebody, you know, that this desire to not fail has driven them back to this ex or this karmic situation that they're feeling they need to resolve and try again. I mean, they do care about you very deeply, but I feel like, you know, as much as they want to rush forward, and I'm picking up very sexual energy here with this Knight of Wands, they'd like to transform things with you. I feel like they feel very strongly that this just isn't the right time for them to do that, and that they need to bring themselves back into emotional balance. They're definitely going some kind of major transformation, and there's an ending as well which they are facing. You know, death is about endings and new beginnings, and we've got the Wild card here as well, which is about completion of a cycle. So as I said, this for some of you, this will be closing out third-party cycles, or, you know, or not. or actually starting over, closing out that painful stuff and starting over with this person. They've definitely got their wall up and they're focused on their own abundance. They're not feeling safe. They don't feel safe. There's a distinct lack of trust coming through for me here. Of course, we have got that scorpionic energy, which is very suspicious. And I don't think they trust you, is what I'm hearing. They've got very deep feelings, certainly a lot of sexual energy here for you, but they're not trusting. They're definitely not trusting. They don't feel safe. They feel very vulnerable. They feel like nobody's got their back right now, is what I'm hearing. So let's have a look at what this person's intentions are towards you in the short term. What are this person's intentions towards you? Wow. I mean, I'm hearing to maintain a dignified silence. They're not going to come forward because we've got death come up again here. That transformation is not complete. But this is also showing you that it's not over. They want to come forward and apologise. They want that new beginning. I really feel like they do. But I mean, the world being an ending and the death being an ending up here, this tells me that something has to be closed out. So this gives us a bit of clarity. They're definitely bringing another situation to a close. You know, there's something that's closing off for them that needs to be closed off that isn't yet, before they can take that leap. But I feel like initially, these are very conflicting energies. I feel like they're very conflicted. We've got the death card at the centre in reverse. You know, they're not quite ready for that new beginning. On the one hand, they want to maintain this dignified silence, take no action. And on the other hand, they want to rush forward with apologies and kind of affectionate messages and have that new beginning with you. So this person's very confused. So let's have a look at, wow, what action are they going to take? Because actions can be very different from intentions. What actions do they want to take towards you? Or what actions will they take towards you? I'm going to get one more. I feel like if you're looking at a divine counterpart here, and this is twin flame reading for you, the action they're going to take is going to be astral and spiritual. It's going to be of a 5D nature and not tangible, because they're very afraid of rejection right now. This Queen of Swords can indicate some kind of confrontation or very harsh energy. But with the High Priestess, I feel like I'm going to get a clarifier for that. What's this High Priestess energy as an action? They're not fully connected to their inner world and that inner journey and that inner trust, that intuition. But I feel like they want to talk to you about that and that specifically. I do feel like they don't want to reject you anymore, and they don't want to cause you any more pain. And they do want to close out these painful cycles they're in. But even then, I feel like they're very afraid of coming towards you. So in terms of action, I don't think they're going to come towards you yet, but they're definitely thinking about this. They're getting creative. And this is a very twinny card. This is the Knight of Pentacles. It's got the Olsen twins in it. I feel like they are thinking about how to come forward. So in terms of action, perhaps nothing tangible. There could be some fairly cold platonic communication. They may ask you some spiritual questions. I feel like they do want to take that transition, but there's a lot of fear holding them back. And again, we've got a 10 here, another card of completion. You know, they really do need to close out these cycles and, you know, resolve some of this pain and grief that they've been feeling. There's a lot of pain here, definitely. So what do they want to say to you that they're too afraid to say? That they want that beautiful new beginning. I'm getting they're not saying that because they don't want to get your hopes up, that they don't want conflict. They don't want confrontation. They want to come towards you passionately, that they know this is a spiritual connection. They want to take care of you. They want to begin a new abundant life for you. This is a husband card. But right now they can't make a decision about that. I'm getting torn between two lovers possibly. So it might not even be that they're in this connection with their ex or with this third party, but that this person perhaps still holds their heart and they don't feel able to fully let that go yet. They're still grieving. So it's one of those two. But they really care about you, and this person wants that new beginning. They definitely, you know, we've got 2 kings here, which is, you know, that very sexual, caring, nurturing energy with the King of Pentacles also. Yeah, they want it. I feel like they know that this is a very spiritual connection also. So what's the guidance for you? Attraction and self-love. Oh my God, they're all the same cards. Attraction and self-love. Creation and resistance. Peace. And power. So you've got to love yourself, and you've got to work on what you're actually manifesting through your own negative thoughts. You know, you're a very powerful manifester, and you've got to be aware that you need to cultivate feelings of love within you, and that you need to attract what serves you, and be mindful of how your thoughts may be attracting what doesn't serve you. And you really want to be creating growth and expansion. And at the moment, I feel you're very resistant to that. You're very resistant, and by moving into a meditative space, by cultivating peace, you're going to really step into your own power. So you've obviously not been giving yourself enough time to focus on meditation, to focus on giving yourself that love. We've also got Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. So that's a beautiful, beautiful message for you guys. We have, however, got sovereignty and protection mentioned twice. You may need to get clear. You may need a spiritual health check. It could be that there's some kind of energetic or, you know, spell work interference in your connection. You can find more about spirit release therapy on my website. It is a service I offer, but you know, it could be that this is an issue for you. But certainly you need to affirm that I am safe and divinely protected, because you're the best protection is your free will. Yeah, that's your superpower, and if you intend to stay safe and be protected and clear, you will be. The diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness, and I face my ego beliefs to feel free. So again, this is about letting go of those intrusive thoughts and recognizing what you're creating for yourself. St. Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light, remind you that I give endlessly because the light is without end, and my soul is all I need. So again, this is stepping into self-love. You know, self-fulfillment, self-satisfaction, self-reliance. This is, you know, turning the love you have for this person inwards and finding it inside of you. We've got Queen Esther, the Morning Star, that reminds you my ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. So, you know, a big chunk of this is that those cycles aren't closing out. Now is just not the right time. You need to, you know, have faith that when it is, things will come to a better conclusion. Rita of Cassia, the patroness of impossible causes. I am miraculous, and my prayers create powerful channels of possibility. So again, you know, you are a powerful manifester. You're really good at manifesting, but you need to be aware of how your thoughts are derailing your intentions. Yeah, because you're too focused on lack. Finally, we've got the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. So again, this is more about self-love, and also embracing the community and embracing the people around you, your friends that are there to support you. So if you haven't got that support, feel free to join my Facebook group. There are so many happy souls over there just waiting to support you. But I'm sending you lots of love, pile 4. These were quite heavy piles for all of them today. If you'd like to book a reading with me to get more clarity, you can do that by going to my website, happysouls1111.com, and do head over and join me on Instagram, because I've got a really big giveaway over there for 2 free places on my tarot class, which means you'll be able to do these fabulous readings for yourself and for your friends. So sending you lots of love and light. I will be back tomorrow with another video, but in the meantime, have a great evening, happy Thursday, and speak soon. Bye bye.